Welcome to the Incompetent Griller, where I'm going to teach you, an incompetent griller, how to look like you know what you're doing when grilling in front of your family and friends. Today we'll be making Cajun buttered corn on a Weber kettle grill. Get your coals started in the chimney while you shuck your corn. Hopefully you already know how to do that, because I didn't record that part. Go ahead and rub some canola oil on the corn to prepare it for grilling, or do what I did and use the spray kind. If you're not excited about corn, talk to this kid.
It's corn!
That's right, it's corn. Once the coals are ready, place them to one side so you have an indirect heat side to place the corn on if they're ever cooking too fast. As a friendly warning, here's what not to do. The first time I grilled some corn was right after grilling some hamburgers, which left some grease fire fuel on the coals. This produces a black smoke which can leave a sooty residue on your food as well as a bitter taste. No one wants that, so when you grill your corn, either do the corn before your meats, or give the grill some time to burn off the grease first. Once you get this part down pat, you'll be able to make all the corn you could want. You might end up making too much, which will make dumpster divers happy.
All day corn. Corn for days! Oh.
Place the corn on the grill over the coals, so you can get some charring on the kernels. To be clear, you could cook your corn in a husk or wrapped in tinfoil. But then you're just steaming the corn. If you prefer it that way, kudos to you, but at that point you might as well just boil the corn in a pot on your stove. If you're grilling, you should be getting some charring on your corn. We'll be rotating the cobs every 3 to 5 minutes to get even heat on the corn, so go ahead and put the lid on for 3 minutes to begin so we can get a feel for how hot the coals are. Just remember what Emperor Nero said as Rome burned around him: if you're looking, you're not cooking. Now that 3 minutes have passed, give each cob a turn and put the lid back on. While you're waiting, count the number of times this QVC host says, "I don't cook," while trying to sell you a Vitamix.
Number 1, again, I don't cook.
The count is much higher than it needs to be.
It's high. Let's get going. It's very high.
Continue turning the corn every few minutes until you start to see the level of charring you desire. If one end is cooking faster, you can flip the cob over to balance the cooking rate. If you find some of the cobs are cooking faster than others, go ahead and move those ones away from the coals, swapping them out with others. If necessary, move them over to the indirect heat side to avoid burning. Pop the lid on for another few minutes each time, then walk away. Continue this process until you see the level of charring you desire. At this point, we've been at this for around 20 minutes, and most of these are ready. We'll place the done ones on the indirect heat side to keep them from over-charring, while the last couple get finished. While you're waiting for the last of your corn to finish, head inside and get your Cajun butter mixture ready. In a microwavable bowl, coat the top of a stick of butter with Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Microwave the butter for about 1 minute to melt it, then stir it to make sure it's mixed well. Once your corn cobs are charred to your desired level, place them in a pan and bring them inside. At this point, you can either brush the corn with a butter mixture, or take the lazy route and just pour the butter over the corn. It's pretty good either way.
More corn! More corn!
Now our corn is ready to eat. You can eat it as is, or you can cut it off the cob to make a tasty corn salad, as seen here. Recipe in the description. I'm going to stop this video now so I can get to eating. Let me know of your own successes down in the comments after trying this method yourselves. Have a great day.